believe we're live. Let me go live on Instagram. Okay, people, we are live. Welcome to Chat Her Up, where we chat you up. Today, we are going to recap Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, Episode 2, titled Rumors and Raised Eyebrows.
So, is that the name of it? Rumors and Raised Eyebrows. Okay.
Yep, that was the name of this title of this episode. Before we get started, we're gonna do some little gossip. Some gossip regarding Atlanta, and I'll do a little gossip of Potomac. You want to do the Atlanta gossip? Go ahead.
Okay. Hold on. Can we just discuss for a second what is going on in the court system with Ralph and Drew? So Drew Sidor, allegedly, she's told the judge that she cannot afford to leave her home by May 31st. That's the date she's scheduled to be out. And because of that, if she's forced out, she has nowhere else to go and will be homeless. Now, she also says that Ralph Pittman makes 3 times more money than she does. So I can't really understand why would that have even been decided by the judge to put her out. And so it's just as simple as that. She said she can't afford it. Apparently the judge don't care. My only confusion is now why? You see who's making the money. Why are you putting Drew out of the house? Why? Even though she also says in the paperwork that it's temporary. If it's really temporary, then what happened in court this time that made her need to leave that hasn't happened over the past 3 years? We've been waiting to finalize the divorce. I don't know about that, Joy. What do you think about that? Oh, wait a minute. I kind of know what you think, but go ahead.
I'll say that the assessment that we had of Ralph initially is true. Because when we first met Drew Sidora, we kind of felt a little creepy about him. And there were rumors, especially when they were going through the divorce, that he was kind of scamming her, right?
Seemed that way.
She said in the court that Ralph makes 3 times the money that she makes.
Right.
So he was the breadwinner. We had just kind of been privy to some of Ralph's their contract. The way that their contract was set up with Drew Sidora, it did seem like he lived off of her, but that's obviously not true. I had heard that Ralph was into all kinds of stuff. I heard that he was into tech, and you can make, I don't know what role he plays in tech, but I'm telling you, my daughter is 26 years old and makes a 6-figure salary.
Yeah.
And fresh out of college, that was her first job, was in tech. And as she told me, she loves saying this, she did not have to prove that she had a degree. So she, it's just like she could have possibly gotten that job without ever seeing the inside of the $38,000 that she owes.
Right. That's interesting. Interesting, but not surprising. I can just see.
So they say he works in
he's
tech.
in the entertainment field too, right?
Yes, I've heard that as well. But if you're like a project manager, you can make a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
At home.
But if the court papers were open to the public, why don't we know what he does for a living? Why don't we know the details?
Do they normally disclose that? They normally just disclose an amount.
He went back to court to make sure everything was open and disclosed to everybody. He went back to court to do it.
But you normally don't put what you make for a living. That they don't care what you do for a living. They worried about a number.
I know. And so that number should be in the open documents with everything else.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. So when I saw that, I'm like, let me get this straight. So she's got to go. He gets to stay, and he gets the kids. I mean, that's like law and disorder. What the
They
heck is going
claim,
on?
okay, I read the article. They claim that the reason that Ralph got the kids was because during the time that Drew had full time or whatever, because I was like, how does this work when he just in the basement? But apparently the children missed too many days under her.
I'm glad you brought that up, Joy, because I've been hearing people say that today a lot.
That's I read that in the article. I didn't read that from a blog. I mean, a blog. I read that.
I've been hearing that same thing, but here's my thing. Okay, so right now they do live in the same house. They're under the same roof.
Correct.
So there should never be a time where the kids are missing.
That's what I said, because he was in the basement.
Two people there. Yeah.
But he is required to leave.
So what? He can still come back and take them kids to school when needed.
No. Remember, their agreement was, I don't know if it's a weekend thing. I don't know what I can't remember. But remember, he's required to leave the house.
Okay, he still has a car to come back and pick up the kids. If she's traveling or for whatever reason that she can't get them to school, he should still be able to step in and to help her. And
well, I don't think he can't be upstairs. You don't remember that? She has to invite him upstairs.
She can invite him, come upstairs, pick up the kids. I mean, I don't think there's any way around that.
I don't think it's that. I think it's probably like that when things are good. Like maybe last Mother's Day when they was eating steak and barbecuing and kind of flirty with one another. But I don't think when things aren't good, I don't think that's the case. Anywhere it go, a grown your husband shouldn't have to tell you to get I never have, as an educator, I have never understood that. My daughter, as she says, my mama drag me to school when I'm sick. The nurse at the school got to tell me my daughter's sick for me to even consider her staying at home. But just to stay at home, that's absurd. I don't understand that concept. I just don't. You get your children dressed and you get them out the door. That's a part of your responsibility as a parent.
Yeah, and fortunately, they have two parents.
They do.
So there shouldn't be a time. But if we just think about some of the ways that we have seen Ralph behave like a child, it doesn't sound like he would help Drew if Drew really needed it. And it sounds like if she wasn't able to get them there, she absolutely really did need the help. If he wasn't able to do that because the courts stopped him, then shame on the courts. If you ask me, I think it's ridiculous. There should never even be a conversation.
A mother of 3 should not need somebody else to help her.
Joy, stop. A mother of 3 is about to be homeless after living with this man who makes 3 times more money than her. There should be a whole lot of things that's not happening.
I don't understand that concept. I just don't.
Yeah, I don't
it makes absolutely no sense to me, because it seems like even if you're overwhelmed as a parent, let's say that you're having an overwhelming day. To me, this is my logic. That's more of a reason to get them little suckers dressed and get their little butts on the bus, or make sure you drop them off at school so you can relax your mind.
So, but
why would you, if you're overwhelmed, because
you're making it sound like, Joy, that she was stressed out and just didn't want to get out the bed. This ain't like a Robin Dixon thing. But that's what you're making it sound like. If you're that stressed, then, send them away so you can chill. Who says it's that easy? Who says she's sitting there? She does a lot of traveling to make her money.
But it obviously was an issue. Do you know how hard it has to be in today's society for a judge to give custody to a husband? 90% of the time, I know that I am of the rare. My father got custody of me in the 70s. How about that? So I have no problem with the man raising his child, but my mother wasn't responsible.
Okay, we're talking about Drew. We don't know that Drew's not responsible.
Yeah, my mother wasn't responsible. We don't know the details
of that, but
I'll just say this. In my case, those judges did right.
Okay. Well, we don't know
Absolutely.
that the judge is doing right here. It doesn't sound like it, but we don't know the details. I
We
don't
don't.
believe
I
I don't
mean, we
believe in
kind of
any
sort
kind
of
of way
do.
whatsoever
We
that
kind of
Drew is
sort
just
of
at
do.
home being lazy, not taking the kids to school. I don't
I
believe that.
mean, what reason? What other reason could it not be that
Maybe
you
she's traveling. She travels a lot. It's not like she's sitting in her basement making music. She does other things.
so okay, let's say
Which is
that
why when you
let's
have the
say but
benefit of two
this is
parents,
wait a minute.
neither one of the parents should be seen as a bad parent if they're
I'm
doing
not
everything that
saying
they
that
can
she's a
do.
bad parent, but
Well, you just
let's
said it,
be
Doris.
clear. Let's be clear. Even if she's traveling, let's say that Drew is working on something. Your job as a parent is to secure your children. Now, and if that means
That's not
to
that doesn't include the husband.
I said, if that means you, let me finish. If that means you got to knock on this door downstairs and say, Ralph, can you help me? Or Ralph, I need to be at such and such a time, at such and such a time, can the kids be with you? Or if he says, I got other obligations, then you have to say, I got to find something. You just don't keep them out of school.
Well, we don't know
Just
that she
because
did
you at
either. We
work.
don't know that she just kept them out of school. Just
I
think
mean,
about
that's
that.
literally what the documents say.
That she kept them out of school. It says there were
Yes,
attendance issues.
because
But
the kids
literally,
had
what I
the
said to
kids.
combat
Listen,
that is that they
listen,
should both, when you
listen.
have the benefit of being with both of your parents, I don't care if one's in the basement and a different one's up in the attic. If there are kids in that house and there are two parents in that house, there should really never be a time when the kid doesn't get to school. So I just doubt seriously if Drew would just sit up there with her feet up on the couch and the kid's upstairs because she's tired and stressed out. I don't believe that ever happened.
I mean, she
Sometimes
didn't
they
send them to
do.
school.
Sometimes they do need help.
I mean, she
Sometimes
didn't
parents
send
need
them to
help.
school. Because
Huh?
regardless because this is my thing, if Ralph is in the basement, I don't care if I don't want to see his face. Or if that's, let's say it was during a time where it was in a bad space and they didn't feel like, and they weren't talking, and she didn't feel like, she didn't even want to give him the satisfaction to ask him. It's still it's now her responsibility. Just like when Ralph has them, it's his responsibility. You think that Drew ain't gonna be watching them kids' attendance when he has custody of them?
Droid, it doesn't. I would imagine that they should both be watching each other. And when one parent sees the other parent struggling in any kind of way, and you are sitting there and you are able to, in some kind of way, help the situation, and you choose not to, you tell me who's the worst parent.
I mean, you're assuming that
Well,
Ralph.
so are you. Everything you've said is an assumption on what Drew just
I
sitting there
I'm
not
not
getting her
assuming
kids dressed.
anything. I'm going by what the court said. The court said
The
this
court
isn't
did not say
Joy.
she was sitting up on her couch
No, but
chilling
the
and too
courts
lazy to get
did
the people
say
to
that the
school.
kids were absent, an excessive amount of absences.
Yes, they
Contribute
were.
to why
Because,
Ralph got custody.
yeah, yep. And it shouldn't ever be that way. Both of them are under the same roof.
Not all the time, but yeah.
It doesn't matter, Joy. Come on.
You don't.
We talking about the
She does
kids.
have to
We
leave.
know good and well that's not what she's sitting there doing. That don't make no sense.
I
And
know-
we have seen
I-
Ralph do some deliberate things
What
just to
did he
get at her.
deliberately do to prevent her from taking their kids to school?
Okay, thank you for correcting that because you was clearly about to say her. This is a house full of 3 kids, Joy, with 2 parents. That issue should never
And
be an
each
issue.
one of them
There's
was
no way in the
old
world you can
enough
tell me
and
that
big
Ralph
enough
didn't
to even put on their
contribute to making
clothes.
things look that
This
way.
is purely lazy. This ain't even a situation where you got toddlers. They got big. You can lay out your children's clothes and they can put them on. The average kid want to go to school anyway at that age. She was being like, there's no doubt in my freaking mind that she was being lazy, or she was dropping them off places, not making sure that they get to school because Drew is living her life. And she's used to other people managing it. That's the reason why she has so many problems in Atlanta getting help. Anyway, we can move on. Oh, I was gonna mention on Real Housewives of Potomac. So it's been pretty much. It's been confirmed that Robin is going to be a friend of, and it's been confirmed that Angel isn't returning, Monique isn't returning, Jazzy isn't returning, Kay isn't returning. It was 4 people, but I missed somebody. Kay, Angel, Jazzy, Monique. Yeah. Those are the 4 people that won't be returning to Potomac. They have a new girl who they're testing out. I heard they got 2 new girls. One new girl I heard has a husband that used to be in the NBA. I don't know who this lady is. And then they are adding a white lady who is married to a black man on Potomac. What y'all think about that? No thoughts?
No.
Okay. So we're gonna see. I heard she MAGA. I heard she's the MAGA. This is Stacy's friend, by the way. I said I'll just say this. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'll be the first one to say that I said this last season. We would not like Stacy outside in the real world. I've always thought that. Something is very off about her to me. It's very off with her to me. And yeah, that's it. So I guess we can go on into this episode. We could go ahead and let's go and let's scale it 1 through 10 first. Y'all want to give it a scale?
Joy, can you not hear me, honey?
No, I didn't hear you. We didn't hear anything from you.
Okay, before we move on, I want to talk about the MAGA situation just to get your guys' opinions. It's not dealing with any of them on that show, but oh God, I just lost my train of thought. Repeating. Oh, TLC, that's what it was. So what do you guys think about TLC and the backlash that she is facing because she once supported Trump?
You talking about Chili?
Yes.
I mean,
who cares?
I said this I've said this a couple of years ago. My coworker peeped her head in my room and said, "Okay, maybe you were right," and then left out, and I cracked up laughing at her. I said voting for Trump for me was a moral issue. I don't trust nobody that vote for him.
Okay, no, I get that. I get that. But on the other side of that, one thing we have heard mentioned a lot this week as well is I don't know what Nick Cannon's out there doing, but Roland Martin kind of went in on him, on Nick Cannon, because he somehow was a Trump supporter too. My question was, I was reading this on somebody else's page, and they brought up a good question as to why is everybody so mad at Chili, but they're accepting every single thing Nick Cannon does?
Oh, they've been eating Nick up. I don't know which ones you are.
He ain't lost a job or some coin. I ain't heard it. I have not heard
well, it's not about the difference is Nick gets jobs from other people. Chili is asking us to pay for her a job. That's the difference. Chili's on tour currently. So you're essentially asking us to pay to come see you. And I ain't mad, but the difference is we're not employing Nick. Nick gets employed with them others, and I'll just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure that out if you can figure that out in your head. And Nick, somebody else who was with Nick said that they were MAGA. It's not just Nick.
Amber Rose, Tattoo Rose.
Well, yeah, it was her, but yeah, she'll sell out anyway. So yeah, you. I can't tell people to be conscious, but there's no way you could be paying attention to the world and see what's going on with this war overseas and think that that's a good guy. That this is all about taxes. We're way past that. We're literally knocking on the doors of World War III. I mean, I can't even tell you what happened today. The president of the United States went to the Straits of Hormuz and set up a barricade and said, since Iran not letting no other ships come through with their oil, not letting them go through the Straits of Hormuz, Trump said, can't nobody come through. China said, bet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people don't have a clue what's going on right now. I don't even want to go there about MAGA. This country is in a world of trouble, and the average person don't have a clue because they not plugged in. They just living their life.
Yeah, I don't be caring.
Yeah, I know y'all don't. I know
I
young
have other
people don't.
things. I have other
I do
things to
be hearing. I
worry
ain't heard a lot
about.
about
I have
Nickel.
other things to worry about than worry about something that's out of my control. About a bunch of people that's gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah, well, I'm worried. I'm worried, and I'm praying, and everybody I know is praying. And you don't even. And it's kind of confusing if y'all been watching them Lego videos. It's a beast. If you watch, you get better news from Legos than you get, and I mean literal Lego cartoons that the Iranians are doing. But anyway, we need to get back on this show because I can talk about that bull crap all day. So, are we scaling this 1 through 10?
Did y'all hear what I said?
No.
Did y'all hear what I said?
No.
I said I don't have time to be worried about what those people have going on. They're gonna do what
Oh
they
yeah.
want to do anyways. The think pieces and
Oh
all of
yeah, we
that
heard that part.
isn't
Yeah,
gonna change anything. I have a biopsy coming up to see if I have cancer. What Trump is doing is the least of my problems.
yeah. I know a lot of people that feel that. I know it's a lot of young people that's not really paying attention, but I'm just saying it affects you if you drive a car because if you drive right if you're pulling up at a gas tank a month and a half ago to fill up my car was under $40. Today it's 54.
Yeah, right. So my filling up my tank every week is $7 more to fill it up than it was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
it's crazy. But anyway.
All right, let's get to this.
You said scale it 1 to 10?
Yeah, let's scale it 1 to 10.
5.
Oh wow. What you give it, Demetria?
I kind of give it like the same, like a 5 or a 6. It wasn't like a lot happened, or it was just like, oh my god, like whatever.
What do you give Joy?
I thought it was maybe a 6 or a 7. It wasn't bad. I already know who I like and who I don't like. I had conversations about, you know what I mean?
Same people that I liked and didn't like from last year. I kind of really don't like nobody, child. But for the sake of
I'm with you there. Yeah, I don't have right now. I don't have a favorite on. I know y'all think it's Porsha, but I really don't have a favorite and in my opinion, I stand on this hill. And I said this last season. I said this season. I like Porsha. I think Porsha is a great supporting cast member. She cannot lead a show, in my opinion. And I really do like Porsha.
Not with them girls that we got.
Yeah, and definitely not with the girls we got. But Porsha is great. TV when she got somebody to feed off of. All of this negativity, I don't know who these producers are with this show, but yeah. Anyway, it is what it is because I know that they film a lot more than what they show, but they love showing the petty drama. Because we could go ahead and get into this first conversation, which is Porsha sitting down with Kelly and Kate.
Yeah.
I thought about in the conversation, just to kind of set it up. The conversation was sitting down.
I out I'm only like today.
Wait a minute, let me set it up. And they was being all nice and stuff to each other. And Porsha was like, I want to get to know you. Kelly said, me too. And she said, well, I kind of think it kind of went left when you got closer to Shamia. Kelly was like, oh no, that's not it. And then she was like, yeah, because I felt like, and you really hurt my feelings. This is Porsha. You really hurt my feelings. Kelly was like, why? Because you basically said, first she said it was to the press, but it was really what she actually said on not on Watch What's Happening Live, but on the after show, where Kelly said to Porsha that she felt like
Atlanta having an after show.
It never comes this early.
Okay.
The after show normally picks up in a couple of episodes in. They might pipe in like 3 or 4 episodes in.
They better have an after show. We had to sit through an after show of Beverly Hills.
Yeah. So anyway, they're basically saying, they were basically going back and saying that because Kelly had made the comment that Porsha needs to stop sleeping everybody's husband.
Kelly
Kelly
was
shouldn't have
annoying.
said that,
Kelly
even
was
if it's true.
annoying. Kelly was annoying. I said Kelly got on my nerve. Her and Shamia, actually.
I don't
But I
like
mean,
them.
I don't either.
I thought it was just me. It's something about
Shamia just still trying too hard.
That's what it feel like. It feel like they doing too much. That's only way I can describe it. And I hate that saying. Kids be saying it because they don't define nothing, but they are the examples of doing too much.
Yeah, you doing too much.
They want to be funny, but they come out weird, and not weird in a funny way. Like, I like
weird in an annoying way, weird in a lame way.
Like, I'm just trying to understand that little swoop in the front of Kale's head.
Girl.
What is that? Thelma and Louise, all in one person.
Let me say this. I don't know if y'all remember, what was the name of that? Oh, Josephine Baker used to wear her hair like that.
Okay, well.
So did the original lady who the black lady that they get not Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Is that her name?
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo is the fairy godmother of Cinderella.
Okay, yeah, not that. What was her name? It was something Bob. Something Bob.
Talk about Betty Boo?
Yeah, Betty Boo. That was her name. Because, you know, that's the original, that's based off of a black girl, a black lady.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was actually a black lady, and a white lady saw her perform and literally took her whole personality.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that's typical white people for you. I can't
think of her name. Let me see if I can find her name. But yeah, but that's how she used to wear her hair. Every time I see it, I'm like, why she got that little hair? Like,
it don't make no sense.
I have been saying bibbidi boppity boo.
But this why I'm like, girl, you should talk about Cinderella, the fairy godmother.
Yeah. Well, and I think I agree with Porsha. Porsha said
Betty Bop.
Betty Bop.
Betty Boo.
Yeah, I'm like, what's the Bop part?
Okay.
Betty Boo.
I think the black ladies was Betty Boo. And her name was Esther Jones. They called her the original Betty Boo, introduced in 1930, was inspired by the Harlem jazz singer Esther Jones. Yeah, but I knew it was based off of a black lady. And if you look at like all of her original pictures, she had little swoops in her face.
Yeah, but you know, Kelly been trying hard for a problem with Porsha since last season, since she first met her.
Yeah, I always go back to Nene. If you remember Nene, I'll never forget that. When Nene said, I can't remember what season that was at the reunion, she was like, I understand why you coming after me. She was like, that's what you do. You gotta come back to the big dog.
She sure did say that. That was funny.
I will never forget that. I got it. And
I have that meme, Joy. That's so funny. I have that meme when she was like, I'm that girl that you want to have an argument with.
That's what she meant. That's what she meant. She was like, I get it. I didn't understand it then. I was like, ooh, how arrogant. But Nene's right. When you have whoever's perceived to be on top, how you stick around, you argue with that person. You be their nigga. Kenya's entire personality, not personality, but her run, the best TV was her up against folks. It really was. Kenya makes a good villain. She really was. She was.
Yeah, Carlos King said. Did you see Carlos King interview where he said that they used to like tell production to tell Kenya to like start something or do something?
No, I didn't.
Yes, they had an interview
Kenya would do it
recently.
freely.
Specifically, the Miami trip or something. I think they were. Carlos said that he had got really, really bored on the Miami trip when they went to Miami that time, and they was like he didn't say which girl specifically, but he said that one of the girls had came up to him and was like, "Go get Kenya to do something."
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I actually don't doubt it. Again, Kenya played one of the best villains. She's good at it, and she, my daughter thinks that Kenya and Giselle are the same people, not personality-wise. I'm talking villain-wise, how they sit. And I said she thinks that if Giselle leaned into her villain, she would have the I and the T. My daughter says she just got the I. But because she don't lean into her villain, she don't have a T. And Giselle.
Oh yeah, and that's always been my problem with Giselle. It's
Yeah.
like I've never. I mean, of course I'm gonna drag her anyways, but I've never just had a problem with Giselle like being the villain. Clearly, I'm a Kenya stan, so it's like my problem is I feel like Giselle just doesn't own it, and that was my issue with a lot of ladies like
Because I don't think
Margaret.
she
Marge was
actually.
the same way.
Well,
Marge would not own
Marge
being the
leaned
villain.
into her villain, though. I think.
I mean, yeah, but she still kind of played the victim. Like she leaned into it when it benefited her. Like Kenya, even Giselle, sometimes will always stand in there. Like, yeah, I did. I said that. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, and not in his apologetic for it. Marge like to be the victim, but anyhow,
Yeah.
um,
Well, I see a lot of tides turning for your girl Kyle. I be cracking up reading. I be like,
I've heard that she's
Demetrio would
leaving.
love this. The
Yeah, I know you
tides.
just talking about me.
Yes, I thought about it too. I say because he can't stand Kyle from Beverly Hills, by the way, and the tides are turning against her. I was actually
You know I've been living for it. You know,
yeah,
well,
because he
well,
can't
actually,
stand
Joy,
her.
I think you might be a little upset with me, Joy,
Wow,
because I'm a traitor. I have
oh,
been Team Kyle these past couple of weeks.
really?
Yeah.
I ain't been watching it, but I've been
I
watching the
have been
clip.
enjoying. I enjoy her and Erica whooping the Reed ass. That's
Yeah,
a
they did. I
small
saw that table scene. I did.
chapstick moment, you guys. This is like a little small chapstick moment, honey. Those last two episodes of Beverly Hills, I'll say it kind of made up just a little bit for us having a bad season. Cause
Yeah.
that was good. That was good. Oh my god.
Well,
Even
it's
Dorit.
the end because they're filming the reunion now.
The reunion has been filmed.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, the reunion has been filmed, and if Kyle is leaving and we have to still deal with Dorit, I'm gonna be a little bit upset. I
Did you hear
am.
that Sutton said she shouldn't come back next year?
That Dorit should come back.
Yeah.
She shouldn't. Not until Dorit get her fucking life together. She shouldn't. Cause at least Erica, when she was going through her shit, at least she wasn't like running away
Yeah.
and all of that. Like Erica was answering questions just as much as she was being
She
defensive.
was in her James L. Jones voice. She was.
Yes. Okay. Listen, Erica.
She was.
Listen. Say what you want to say about Erica, because I ain't the biggest Erica fan at all. But
Neither.
looking back at those seasons, Erica was giving.
Yeah, she did.
Dorit is not. It's a big difference in between the two of them when they were going. When Erica was going through her
Okay, let's
shit.
stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
you're
Let's go
right. Because
back
we'll
to
go down a rabbit hole. Yeah.
let's go back to Atlanta. We ain't even talked about the first scene. Let's finish that scene. What y'all think about K. Michelle's assessment of this argument and Porsha accusing Kelly of sleeping with married men? What y'all
Wait,
think?
what episode are we? This episode 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought we were doing 1. My bad.
Mm-mm. What y'all think
Oh,
about that?
I think K.
So
Michelle is actually very hilarious. Go ahead, Callie. Sorry.
that's okay. What do we think about sleeping with the husband comment?
Yeah, either one. You could discuss either one.
Yeah. Portia says she is the receipt for that. Okay. And so my question, hang on, Portia says, my question is, did she say she was in the car?
I was so confused. And look, I was with Kay Michelle. That was one of the few things I agree with Kay Michelle on. She was like, I'm so confused. Because I was confused too. I understand. It was, I kind of thought Portia was in the bed with somebody. That's what it sounded like. And Kelly was allegedly in the bed with somebody. That's what, and the two dudes was talking.
Uh-huh.
Or assuming it's two dudes.
Yeah.
On the phone somehow.
Yeah,
I
it,
mean,
it didn't make any sense to me.
It didn't
yeah,
make no sense to me.
it didn't make no sense at all. And honestly, if I'm gonna be just completely honest with you guys, I don't believe a word that Portia said. Portia be lying. So, but however, comma, exclamation mark. Kelly gotta stop coming for Portia if you don't want her to come for
Yeah, I
you.
agree with that.
Like,
Yeah.
and then
And
K
it's not
Michelle
even
neck
like,
going from side to side, trying to
yeah,
get all of the tea, honey, was killing me.
yeah. Who?
K Michelle. When
Right.
she was her head, how the way her head was going from side to side, she was trying to catch everything.
They wanted to make her Phaedra, I think. Because K. Michelle gives good, because y'all noticed that, I thought K. Michelle, by the way, was going to be a friend. She's a housewife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think initially she was signed on to be a friend. She must got enough time. And it looks like Porsha is making sure she got enough time. Because if you notice, she's dragging her on.
Thank God for Porsha.
Yeah. So she's dragging her along. So you got two good, funny people. You got K. Michelle. I don't find all her stuff funny because her interviews, I've been kind of turned off by K. Michelle. She did an interview with Jason. I don't know Jason. Is it Jason Lee? I don't know his last name.
Yeah, she
I didn't like that. She turned me completely off.
Yeah.
But K. Michelle kind of did. It's just almost like you don't have to play the victim, in my opinion, because you've been vindicated. Was she accused somebody of? I had no idea who that guy was. I was a huge fan of Love and Hip Hop, especially them first couple of seasons. I can't get with these last few ones. By the way, it got canceled. But
why do you say she's been vindicated? What happened to the guy, or what?
So this guy, I can't even think of his name. He had
I know you're talking about
a stage name. He's been vindicated because he actually dated at the time. The reason Rashida was so defensive is that he was dating her friend, which was
Toya.
Which is Toya. Well, they went on. Toya and him, once they got married, was on marriage boot camp. That dude talked to her so bad.
Oh yeah,
and so abusive. Like I can't even.
It was bad, Kelly. It was
I
really
hate
bad.
to even tell you. He act like a whole girl, an emotional girl.
Yeah,
and was all up in her face, and all I kept saying is, he hits her.
Or yeah,
I just never understood why they were so comfortable saying that it never happened. I mean, I think that was one of the earlier seasons. I used to watch the show at that time, and I just was shocked. It's like they're really just saying that she was never abused, like it was all lies.
I can tell you why.
Really tripped me out.
I can tell you why. Because they guys are really good friends of Kirk's, and Rashida was being an inappropriate yet covering wife. And this was her husband's friend. She knew him on a non-intimate level, and that hasn't been her experience. So instead of her walking away, here it is, I got all of these cameras around me. I have to defend him because I'm gonna have to see him. I understand the position that she was in, but it's the doubling down on it that you just should never do. It's okay to say, look, I don't have nothing to do with that. That just has not been my experience, and that's all that I want to say about it. I don't want to. This is a guy that was never on that show. This was a guy,
Memphis.
Yeah, that was his name. He should have never. I don't think they aired his name, but people were talking about who he was.
Yeah.
Because
she said it really kind of broke her down too, just to be accused of lying about something that serious. I believe it.
Yeah, of course. Because if somebody, you don't want, like, that's not something, like, people are already not taking seriously about those type of things anyway. So for someone to get on national television, and then it's just like to think of, if you really have been through that for real, like domestic violence, and it was like a true domestic violence, it wasn't like both of y'all like, hitting each other. It was literally just the one person hitting you. That is probably, I could only imagine, like, I've never been through that, of course, because I've never been in like a full-blown domestic violence like situation. But I can imagine if I have been in somebody like was jumping on me, and then to have somebody tell me to my face that basically like, you lying. Like,
that's not good.
Like, she's really better than me, because if I was Kate Michelle, I probably would have like punched her in her face. That's, to me, it's like almost equivalent as to accusing a XA victim of lying. Like, it's equivalent to that. Like, how, like, excuse me, how dare you? First off, like,
that's the tough part. Yeah, that's the tough part. So, also, I should also say this. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, which ain't worth a hill of beans. K. Michelle shouldn't have said that on television. Not because,
but at the same time, though,
wait a minute.
Kind of had to, though. She had to, because they were accusing her lying. So it was like,
no. he wasn't on the show. It's no different than, in my opinion, although it just didn't go on long. It's kind of like Ashley always talking about her stepdaddy that we ain't never seen. It becomes annoying when that becomes you're always talking about somebody. I don't even have the reference of what they look like. That's all. And
I mean, yeah, but if they going around saying that, K. Michelle definitely had a right to bring it up, though.
I'm not saying that it was her right. It was her tongue. It happened to her. I'm not saying that she didn't have a right. That would not be fair. I'm just saying, because this guy wasn't on television, look, the reality is he showed himself. I believe every word that K. Michelle said and some, and she really didn't say anything other than he was beating her tail. Yeah, that's really, she didn't go into detail. She didn't say he did this, he did that. You just say he was beating my butt. There's no doubt in my mind. It's no way you could have watched that show, Marriage Boot Camp, and not thought that dude is. When I tell you, he scared me. The people around them was on alert. I ain't never seen nothing like. I'm sitting up here watching on TV like the producer's not gonna come out. That's how bad it was. He was talking to her like you would talk to a hooker on the streets. And this was his wife. I just ain't never seen nobody talk to her. That was some Tyler Perry stuff. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
And to her credit, she was holding her own. She didn't try to escalate it. All she kept saying was, you need to chill. She didn't go toe to toe with him verbally. And that, which is very smart for a woman, for an abusive man. Yeah. I understand why girls want to go toe to toe, but Toya didn't escalate the situation. But I know she had to be humiliated because I was embarrassed for her, and I ain't never met Toya in my life. Yeah. Like if I would have saw that dude on the street 15 minutes later, like somebody was gonna have to help me jump him. That's how bad he talked to her. I believe every word that he was screaming at her. I'm gonna find it and send it to y'all. K. Michelle wasn't lying. But I'm like, we didn't know him. Half the country, I didn't know who Memphis was. I didn't know who he was, literally, until I saw that boot camp. And I remember saying, oh, that's that guy, K. Michelle said was such and such. And then you watched it and it went viral. Like people was sharing that video. That's the only reason why because I had taped it, but I hadn't watched the episode. But anyway, I thought K. Michelle's assessment of their argument was funny. And Kelly is really, really short. She really was at Porsha's boobs. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Callie must have dropped. But yeah. But anyway, I didn't understand. I wonder, did the producers put that group together? Tell them that they need to talk.
Yeah, of course.
This Porsha? You think so?
Mm-hmm. Just to try to create, they probably already seen that they probably had filmed and see probably wasn't nothing really going on. So they probably told Kelly, like, girl, go to this dinner.
Because I got a feeling, to me, Kelly feels fake. Because I have a feeling that if Shamia and Porsha was good, Kelly would be the threesome of they little stooges.
I agree.
And something else that bothered me last week, we didn't meet last week, when Shamia was like, my best friend, my BFF forever. And I'm like, I would never be Shamia's friend in real life. Like, if you can turn on your friend that you done had since 7th or 8th grade, since y'all were children, over 20 years they were friends. We get on the show in 8 weeks into filming, we fall out. I could never trust her. Like,
well, Porsha had already kind of fell out before that because of that phaser stuff. And I honestly think that they
they didn't. They had been past that. They had been Shamia and
I still don't feel like they got over it for real.
No. Let's not season, don't say we, say her, because they have been. They always they were friends. prior to filming. And I'm talking over the years, I follow both of them. They always posting together. They were always going out together. It was they didn't have a problem until they start filming. And look, I don't even have a problem with Shamia mentioning what she said about Porsha, because to be honest, if Porsha was my friend since we was kids, we should address that. That should have been, in my opinion, their very first scene. In my opinion, if that was really my friend, we would have had that scene. We would have sat down and had that scene. And we would have talked it out. Porsha would have had to apologize to me again.
Yeah.
And because that way we would have cleared that up. That was a question. That was a legitimate. Shamia asking her or talking about it, in my opinion, was fair. Considering Porsha had the platform and she didn't. But if she was my friend, I would have said we need to have that conversation. Just so, if for no other reason, that's something that people are lingering. Like, these people act like they not on the reality show or they don't watch no other ones. The people wanted to know how they solved that. They could have got ahead of this entire story. They're not thinking. They're not thinking.
That's true.
It's kind of like what happened on Potomac with Giselle and Monique. To be crystal clear here, they were in a room together once. They had that day together, and it was like the next thing that you saw of them, they were together. That makes sense. You can't have a beef like that or situation, because that became huge. That conversation that Porsha and what's the name had, all of that was wrapped up in the whole what gate was that? The dungeon.
Season 9, season 9.
It blew up. It would have been a legitimate conversation for those two to sit down and have together and say, I'm glad we got over it. So if it had came up again, it wouldn't have been an issue. Because they legitly handled it. Yeah. I wish these girls would let me whisper in their ear. Because,
no, for real, I wish some of them would just text random fans to get their opinions. But
we would have to know what's happening while they filming. Because, for real, people don't play this stuff right. I always say you should never walk out of a reality show worse than what you came in. You should always come out the victor.
Yeah.
You should always. What you think about Robin coming back to Potomac? I like Robin. I don't know why.
We know.
I like Robin.
We know.
I don't know how I'm gonna like this white lady, but I like Robin.
It's it's such a huge step backwards. But
whatever. All right. Let's talk about this conversation with Pinky and her husband. Because my daughter, my feminist child, I don't know, it's so funny. I guess it's so funny. I've literally raised a feminist. It is so irritating. Because she's on this divine woman stuff, and I'm all for women. I am. I don't mind man leading. You just can't be behind no food.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that was the my daughter's argument. I'll tell you her argument. Her argument is she didn't like Pinky's husband. She didn't like how he was talking to her. What she really hated is him saying, I had to humble you.
Wait, who again?
Pinky husband.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the lady. Who didn't like him saying that, talking to her like that?
My daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my daughter.
Oh, yeah, I think a lot of that online, too.
About him saying he humbled her?
Yeah. A lot of people saying they didn't like that.
Well, I'll tell you what I told my daughter. Because I know a lot of women ain't gonna like this. So I am irritated by Black women taking on this trope. of we are this strong Black woman, da da da. Because let's be clear, I already know we are. I believe Black women are superheroes. But when we take on this hardness to be hard, it doesn't leave room for us to be soft. Because men don't, it's almost like we don't even deserve softness in real dangerous situations. It affects us in very weird ways. I've seen people do things like, oh, she can handle it. No, she can't. We really can't. While we are superheroes, our backs do break.
Yeah.
I'm tripping off the fact that Pinky called herself with confidence, and she's okay with it, a very dominant woman.
And there's a lot of women out here like that.
I know. We love that trope that we strong Black women. We love that.
So, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what were they saying when her husband was speaking? Well, she said her husband didn't support her. I didn't listen to all of her on film.
We didn't get details because
there were no details. Okay,
it wasn't. Yeah, that's a good question because that's the same question I had. All you know is that she was alone. She had a lot of lonely nights.
Mm-hmm.
That was in the midst of the conversation. Which
I wish they had gone into detail.
Let me also say this. I didn't like him saying that he needed to humble her either. It's not, but I don't like us to wear the trope that we're strong all the time. It's okay to be soft. I want you to. I don't want to be helpless. I ain't trying to be. Who is that? Thumbelina, whoever is it. I don't want to sit down and have a man completely do everything for me. I would never encourage that because I got a story for that too. Somebody close to me at the end of their life, then lost, can't do nothing. You should never be in a position where you're blind. I've been thinking about Wendy about that. Wendy from Potomac, when Wendy said, and they showed it again, but this has really been on my mind because I really hope that she's paying attention now. Wendy says Eddie handles all the business. You should never let a man do that. Like under no circumstance, I can't scream that to the rooftop to women. You should never be blindsided about the things that's going on in your house. If your man making the money, like for real, like this is the part of you want to talk about being a boss. Manage your household. I know every dime that come in my house and every dime that come out.
Does he?
Who?
Your husband?
Heck no.
Okay,
but he'll figure it out. But
you don't think both people should have that?
Absolutely. No. I'm not suggesting. My husband, our accounts are connected. So if something happens to me, he can figure it out, and he's done it prior. We have kind of, when you get married, you have to figure out how you're gonna mix your life together.
Well, I know I was married.
Yeah, and you have to figure it out. And some things you do don't work. When we first got together, he tried to pay some bills. I tried to pay some bills. That didn't work out. Then I gave everything to him. He don't know how to rob Peter to pay Paul. So I had to take it over. And it was really easy at some point because I was doing online banking, like, oh girl, maybe 15 years ago when it was like new. So it was real easy. But yeah, I think you're right. Both people should know, but a woman should never be blind to what's going on in her house. You have to be able to stand on your own. You have to. Because something could literally happen to that man. How are you going to live life? I know somebody right now who's 74 years old who don't know how to live life. It's overwhelming to people around her that love her, but she been married her whole life. She's been married since she was 18. She went from one man to another.
All right, where we at on the story?
I know, right? So let's get to K. Michelle. K. Michelle and her husband. What you think about that?
I don't know everything that's going on. I did hear her say that she almost married someone else.
Yeah,
So when
she done bullied her husband to marry
yes,
her.
that's what I'm about to say. So when you are saying that and you're saying that comfortably, clearly there's something a little suspect about your relationship. I think, but not my type.
Well, it is. She definitely bullied him, but I can feel that it's probably about where they live too. I bet you that was one of the issues, like because they've been on and off, and they've been in a long distance relationship, and he had his own practice, his own dental practice with his father. So he's starting all over, probably as a 45-year-old or 50-year-old man. And some are completely okay with that. And in back of his mind, he's like, I'm probably leaving a successful business to come to Atlanta and hope it sticks. And I look at him and I'm like, you need to come to St. Louis because we ain't got no black dentists. I can't find, I only know one. And he moved across town.
It's like a pencil that weighed like.
But yeah, I thought he was okay. He seemed like a really nice guy.
He was really handsome. I know that. I said, "Ooh, Pinky, I would never stay off of him." I understand.
What?
Oh, you talking about you done went to another week talking about K Michelle. But yeah,
Oh, I thought
her
y'all talking
husband
about
is
Pinky
nice
husband.
looking. Yeah, her
Oh,
husband is nice looking. He is
I
nice.
thought y'all was talking about Pinky. My bad.
No, we was talking about K Michelle husband.
Oh,
And
so it's his dental practice or his dad's?
He said he and his dad had a dental practice together.
Okay.
So they co-owned it.
So he's probably looking for a job. He's probably going to or start a business.
A practice of his own.
Yeah, practice of his own. So I mean, I'm not mad at anybody. That's a big leap.
Yeah.
But to have to leave possibly a successful business behind to start on his own, especially when if this is his daddy's place, then he probably always thought he was gonna grow up and work for his dad. Come on now. Yeah. That's a lot asking for your husband, asking from a man. But I ain't mad at him to make that decision. And Atlanta's not a bad place to start over. So
it's not. Business is right there.
Yeah.
So
you think K Michelle would have done well on Married to Medicine?
No.
No.
At all.
Nah.
It'll be interesting with her on here. I saw the previews next week, and I guess her and Porsha are going to have a couple words. So,
how old is K Michelle?
I don't know.
Because she also wants to have a baby. What you think about her wanting to have a baby?
Girl.
Yeah, go for it. She's 44.
Oh, okay.
According to the internet. Okay. She's 44 years old. So, yeah, she still got time. If she can do it, she can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I did think it was interesting when her butt was leaking.
That's sad.
And she said they had to like wipe her down and turn on the hair dryers and everything before she could go up and perform. So your butt has busted all over the couch and you still have to perform in the same outfit you just busted it in on. That's was weird.
That's sad.
And then they say, or at least I heard this about Cardi B, I don't know in general, that those butt things, they stink. It makes you stink. So now,
well, hers is a little bit different.
You got the wet butt and it stinks. I don't know.
I think Cardi B got a BBL though.
K
Michelle got them. I think hers is a little bit different. Those were those illegal butt shots at silicone. If you're watching whatever that Fade to Black, whatever the name of the Tyler Perry show is,
I don't watch it.
Beauty in Black.
Yeah, Beauty in Black. Yeah, that's what T.S. Madison is doing, and because she plays on this show, and she's putting those. It could possibly, and it killed people.
Yeah,
and I remember Tammy.
If it's not the real stuff,
right?
Yeah.
And she didn't. She said she's doing something to get a butt that she already had. Right. And she's never been like a skinny person. I mean, I always kind of thought she had
a lot of those girls,
but she felt like she still needed it. It was sad.
they just don't know how to be patient because it's skinny girls. And it never fails. The real skinny girls when you're young be the ones with the best bodies when they older. Like you just need to wait. And these little skinny girls, because if you look at Cardi B, she's skinny. Her legs is tiny. K Michelle, her legs is tiny, and K Michelle would have been bad without that butt because she's tiny and tiny.
Yeah.
You know
So,
what I mean?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
We know she's also has had plastic surgery on her face.
Yeah.
But on the show, she looks like the old K Michelle. She doesn't look like the surgical K Michelle.
Yeah, well, she looks good right now.
She looks good. Her butt
she
is
does
big,
look good,
but
she
she
doesn't look
looks
like
good.
the surgical
And that
K
her
Michelle.
butt with it's kind of like Porsha. Porsha was tiny. Remember, if y'all look at first season Porsha, y'all be like, Tiny was little. Girl, you just gotta let that thing age. Them hips will spread. That butt will come out.
I'm talking about her face. I'm talking about face, not the butt anymore.
I don't think they be doing surgery though. I think they be doing like
filler and
stuff. Fillers and shots and stuff. And I don't think they do surgery.
Some of them, I think,
I could be wrong, but I don't think they do surgery. You know, Robin has a store in RH. She does all of that in her store. Them fillers and Botox and all of that stuff. They do all of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Kay did that too.
Yeah. Yes. Kay did that as well. Yeah. I didn't even know. I kind of knew that because I wrote a book about a girl who owned one of them shots. But I bet you, I would have thought that somebody there, the owners would have had to be licensed in something, but maybe not. Maybe not.
Well.
But what do you think about
what's next?
Kelly, Shamia, and then Angela went to I guess they went to this girl store to buy little clothes. Kelly bought Cha-Cha, by the way, which I think is so stupid. But anyway, Kelly was telling them what Porsha said to her, and she called her Porsha. What y'all think about that?
Be original.
Yeah.
Did somebody else call her Porsha?
Yes.
Yes.
Not anything
many times
new.
over the years.
Oh, okay.
Definitely wasn't a new one. It definitely was nothing new to me. Yeah, I've heard it before.
Angela looks good, by the way.
Yeah, she does.
And she looks good in this black in her confessional. She looks good. I liked it. She trying to stay out
She
of
dresses well too. Angela.
That's Nene's friend.
That's what?
That's Angela is actually Nene's friend.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you go, actually, Angela's been on the show before. Many years ago, Nene was having a ladies of success in a restaurant. If y'all remember,
yeah.
Pregnant. Angela was there. Angela was there.
You know, they said they didn't try to get Angela on the show a few times.
Yeah. That's Nene's friend. So and they went somewhere together. They were somewhere, or I don't know if they went, but they met up somewhere together recently. I thought I sent that in the group because they were dancing and then hugging and talking for a little bit. And of course, people snap pictures.
Yeah, you did. It was all the OGs. Is that the one you're talking about, or was that a different show?
No, because this was Angela and Nene.
This is Angela. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure then.
Why doesn't Kelly have that same energy for Porsha in her face?
So yeah, I mean, I would like to know that as well, because if you think about it, like you were saying about Nene, some people went right to Nene because they know she's the best one to argue with as far as getting them attention. Well, Kelly should feel, at least in my opinion, that Porsha is the best one to mess with. Technically, she is one of the originals, so I'm kind of surprised that she's not keeps it behind her back instead of just saying it to her face.
I don't
I don't
think
know.
Kelly has that energy unless she has Shamia. I
And
think
then
that
she said she wasn't. She's what she called Porsha a big. Look at that big butt. I can't pick her up.
yeah.
Yeah, Kelly,
In
cranky
confession.
thing.
Lame, so lame.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm telling you, Kelly and Shamia have decided to tag team Porsha this year.
Oh God, I don't know what it is. Shamia just
Annoys me just
she
so
is
much. It's like,
annoying as
like that whole
hell.
mime scene thing in the
Yes,
confessional just really got on
yes,
my
and her
nerves.
mom's deep voice. I mean, I was just kept flicking. I was like, what? Okay, yeah,
What y'all think about how Angela and Phaedra made up?
that was cute.
That was so fake.
It was.
It
It was very
was,
cute.
That was so fake.
So
it was,
Angela
but it
ended up
was cute
saying
at
it
the
was
same
all
time.
BS. So what did you find out? Why are you now saying it's all BS? I wish they would have gone into that detail. That would have been nice.
I kind of wonder. Sometimes they do fabricate storylines.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder were they trying to throw one on Phaedra
And Phaedra
to
just wasn't really playing with it.
yeah. And Phaedra is a lawyer and she know how to hold her composure. Cause I know she had to be fuming inside because this is their way of trying to get back because they haven't addressed Candy. That
Yeah.
situation with Candy.
And I just don't
Like,
understand why Phaedra just won't address it. This girl just tell it. Like, okay, you heard somebody say that. You switched that Candy,
I'm
so you
glad she
told
hasn't
Porsha
addressed
that.
it.
It's very simple. And you're sorry. I don't understand what's so hard about talking about it. Like, girl, you overheard somebody
and I
saying
heard that
something.
it's in their I know, well, I ain't gonna say I know, but according to Heavenly, who lie all the time, but according to Heavenly, she did say that they could not mention that. They couldn't mention that Candy stuff, that was in their contract.
I
Okay.
bet you it was.
Well,
So I don't know
yeah.
how true it is, but I don't know. I felt like it was a setup really because they
Girl, you know it
couldn't.
was in their contract. You know Heavenly wanted to talk about that.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
do we think Carlos King put it out, or we just thinking it's all on Phaedra?
I already she heard it from somewhere.
I thought I said this years ago when we talked about this. I think that Carlos King said that, but he said it in jest. You know how you talking shit and you sitting
Mm-hmm.
around
Yeah.
talking and
Yeah.
you're saying, girl, they probably gonna rake them, drug her and take that down there and they done. You know what I'm saying? I believe
Yeah.
Carlos said it, but I just don't think he was saying it as girl, like girl, did you hear? I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that part, but I do believe he said it in jest because Carlos King and what's his name were in Carlos King and Todd were in business together. They were doing
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hollywood Divas together, and they actually, although it took years to air, that
Mm-hmm.
that singing one that they had with all
Uh-huh.
them
The
singers, they
encore.
they both did that too. It was up in litigation and trying to sell it, but they filmed that years and years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so before they actually aired it. But Carlos, I just think he knew Todd a little bit. They
Yeah.
hung out a little bit.
Yeah.
And they worked together previously, actually on Real House of Atlanta. So they
Mm-hmm.
were cool. You know what I mean? They were cool. And Todd, they was probably hanging out. He was probably that's why he don't drink no more too. And Carlos was talking crap because if y'all
Who don't
listen,
drink more? Who doesn't?
Carlos King don't drink anymore.
He
Talks.
doesn't. I've never heard him address it.
Yeah, he hasn't, but he'll say things like, "I don't drink, so you take this," and then he and I heard him say, "Well, I don't drink anymore," and da 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 da. So I kind of think he was wilding out. If you don't drink anymore, he was wild. I'm telling you, he got drunk one night and he was talking crap, but it wasn't real.
Yeah.
I don't think it was real. I'm talking crap. I'm sorry, not with Todd. Actually,
Yeah.
with Phaedra. He in with
Oh,
Phaedra and got caught up in conversation, and Phaedra took it back all the way wrong.
And that is
Yeah.
one thing I like about Carlos, though. Carlos has been accused of everything, and he keeps right on going. He does not stop and no longer talk about Candy after trying to take her story or whatever those rumors were.
He
doesn't stop talking
he
to.
Bought it. He actually
whatever
bought
it was. Candy was pissed off, but knowing that him and Candy are not probably ever going to be friends or whatever, he talks about her anyway, and he went into detail on her divorce. So all the rumors that have ever been put out there, him and the Atlanta rumors, him and Love Marriage Huntsville, he don't really keep those people out of his mouth, no matter how negative the rumors are. So I think I like that about him.
Right. And let's kind of move on a little bit back to this current Atlanta. So we meet Porsha's new friend, Sway. Wait a minute. I thought it was funny when Phaedra said, "Ooh, it's giving Atlanta," because that sounds like something Nene would say.
She did, didn't she? It's giving Atlanta.
That sounds like something Nene would say.
Yeah. I saw the cutest pictures. The pictures Porsha posted of Sway. I mean, he's good looking. She's good looking. What's the surname? What do we?
She.
I just never. I never want to mess that up. It's so weird. It like bothers me because my daughter. It's a lot of people at her school. They go through. Listen, all the surnames and a couple of her friends. I would never want to say the wrong thing. Yeah. I always keep it high. Never add a name or girl got, just because I don't want to mess something up like that. I think that would be, sad to not
for them to be like,
what they are.
I'm not a she. It's them.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we get off, wait a minute. Before we get off on that, what did y'all think about Porsha kind of giving the tea on when Porsha introduced Sway to Drew, and she was like, "Girl, I don't know why you just won't come out with yours."
Yeah, I forgot to do that. Yeah,
I'm dead. No,
she said, "Oh, you trying to be me a little bit?" Oh, I was like, right. And Porsha was like, "Y'all catch that tea?" I don't know. I wasn't 100% shocked, but that was good. That scene was pretty cute. I wonder.
I forgot to tell y'all that too. The guy, I don't know what's up with him. I guess he's looking for some publicity. But the guy who Porsha brought to her Shamia's party.
Oh yeah, the really guy.
An actor. He's been in some Tubi movies, and he was on Ready to Love. But anyway, you know that he been doing interviews, basically saying that it was an opportunity to come on,
that was a mess.
Love interest. I'm like, dude, why are you messing up your game? Why would you go to the high end in reality TV? Maybe I'm wrong, but wouldn't y'all say that the Housewives is the diamonds?
Yeah, like that's like top tier. Like that's like it's not
okay. Yeah. So if Housewives, if we could agree, the Housewives is top tier reality TV. Then we would also have to say, why would you go on the best in this realm that you're in and crap talk, an opportunity? I don't understand that when people like, and I would think, I'll even say this, I would think that bad is the lowest. Because I don't know if I had read this or if I heard a blogger say this. Somebody said, I read this from somewhere, saying that you go to baddies when your career is over. Nobody's picking you up from there. Nobody's giving you endorsements from there. But if you started top tier,
I don't know. That's Lemuel's network. I thought he was paying big time.
It's not about pay.
It's not about pay.
The issue. It is reality TV has a beginning and end date for everybody to step into it. Everybody knows. I don't care how big you are, how grand the franchise is. Everybody knows that eventually it's going to end. Kyle Richards knows that it's going to end. It's closer than she probably ever imagined.
Yeah, yeah.
They all know. So if you should be setting yourself up as a person to come out stronger. So I'm not mad at a Stacy from Potomac for setting up stuff, because you don't never know how long your window gonna be. So because you can have one bad season and be gone. So I get trying. I just think people should come out better when you walk away from reality TV, not worse. Like, that's the only sad thing that I feel about Kenya. And I'm not a big Kenya fan, but she was great entertainment for us for many seasons. And I really hate that she is one of the few people who left reality TV that may not ever be able to recoup herself. I really hope that she does, because she's in a bad place right now.
Well, she's in a bad place because of we know why she's in a bad place.
We know why.
But she's not in a negative place with the Bravo and Andy, it doesn't sound like. So I think if Nene can attempt to come back, I think Kenya will too. It just might be a couple seasons, and then heck, will we even be watching by then? I don't know. But I think she'll have time. She can come back.
I hope so, because I want to see her win. I really do. I don't like Kenya. I don't like the role that she played most of the time. But I don't like. I want her to win. Yeah. She was great entertainment. I want her to win. I don't want her. It's just all the news that we had heard of late. It's just been bad news. Her possibly losing this store, and one of the things that she said, which stands out in my mind, is this is her daughter's college fund.
Yeah.
I don't want. I want my little virtual niece to go to college. I don't want Kenya trying to figure it out. Yeah. I think that she deserves to be well. You know what I mean?
I agree, especially as long as she has been, in the public eye on the show, and the good and bad things she's done. There should still be something out there for her. I do think it would be easier if she were, on the right side of the problem.
I know. We already know that, because I'm like, you could think of on other shows. Let's keep it real. On a lot of the franchises that are predominantly white, they have had horrible. It could be a horrible situation. They don't get worse. I mean, who hated Lisa Rinna more when she left us? We hated Lisa Rinna.
I didn't. I love Lisa Rinna.
I did. I hated Lisa. I'm trying to think of somebody, or even I'll give you another one. Monique, the whole thing with Monique and Candace. I mean, I can't stand Candace, but I want her to win. I want her, if Candace really want to sing and continue singing, girl, I'm glad for you. I mean, that's just with all of them. With Monique, I couldn't stand Monique. I wasn't gonna never buy her incense or nothing, but I didn't want her to lose. I actually
you would never go buy her incense. Did she sell incense or just oil?
She was selling essential oils. I don't know if she sell incense, but I never wanted these girls to like lose. I ain't that wicked of a person. I want them to come out the better of it. I think of like Tammy Rowland. Tammy Rowland always wanted to use reality TV as a stepping stone. She just didn't make it big in the midst of that time. Because if y'all know about, I'm finna age myself, and she was on the actual season 1 of The Real World, like the first reality show as we know reality TV.
Yeah,
was The Real World. And Tammy used to do like spots on little TV shows. You could watch old TV shows and Tammy would pop up. She just never she was on the Parkers, My Wife and Kids. She was on an episode that I saw recently of Love and Marriage. What show was that? Love and Marriage go together like a horse and carriage, with the Becky and Al was the husband.
Married. I can't think of the name.
Married with Children. Married with Children.
Yeah, Married with Children.
Yeah, she did. She just didn't make it big, and her singing group fell apart, and that's why I was so happy to see her when she popped up in Basketball Wives. But she always wanted to be an actress. So her living out, I be proud of her. Like I've been friends with Tammy since my senior year in high school, and I am in my 50s.
You be proud of Tammy?
Yeah, I be proud of her. Like Tammy was like 22, 23 when she went on The Real World. And she was in a singing group. I was telling my daughter about this a couple of months ago. I said they wired her mouth. She had an abortion on the show.
Did she?
Yeah, like she got pregnant. And if you want to hear some tea, I'm pretty sure I ain't gonna say pretty sure. This is allegedly. We would find out later who it was. But Tammy had a boyfriend on The Real World whose face was blurred out. So we never knew. And back then, we talking about the 90s. So the internet didn't even exist. So nobody knew
his face blurred out.
Nobody knew who he was. And at the 10-year reunion, I'm so freaking old. At the 10-year reunion of The Real World, and they had a whole bunch of seasons, there was a cowboy. I cannot remember his name, but I'm looking at his face, and the cowboy told us that it was Marlon Wayans.
Oh, I know the cowboy you're talking about. I didn't watch it a lot. So he said it was Marlon Wayans?
It was Marlon Wayans. Yeah, because she had a boyfriend. We just never knew who he was. And, people didn't, rumors didn't spread like that. Like the internet is, we didn't communicate.
Yeah.
We communicated by the phone, the landline. So it just wasn't nothing for everybody to kind of exchange ideas like today, But yeah, I'm proud of Tammy. Like I'm straight up for real proud of her. But what do y'all think about Porsha dating a woman? Do anybody have an opinion about? Because I've been telling every time I see a picture of them together, I say Porsha needs to stop playing with the community. What y'all think?
Well, it doesn't even. I don't think about it too much. I don't believe that it would go anywhere, but
I don't either. I don't either.
That is just a moment in time for her. That will not.
That's my opinion. She planned it, but I will say this, baby. Her and Sway was on vacation somewhere where the outside is like a plane. It's like a plane outside.
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Wasn't that AI?
No. That's a real place. I've seen somebody else there on TikTok.
We're at that same place. I need to find the video because I thought, especially when I started hearing it, that was all AI.
No,
they were sitting right next to the airplane. Was like on the grass with them or something too close.
Yeah, that's a play. If it's AI, I don't know about it because I've seen a lot of people's video. I ain't gonna say a lot, but I've seen a couple of videos. I write. So I'm always looking for sexy places for my characters to take places. And that was one of the places that I was looking into, but I could never figure out where it was.
Oh dear.
And I can't, I get distracted. And I kind of forgot about it. But when that was those pictures, and they mussed it up like a drone or something to take those pictures. Those pictures are beautiful. And that video was just beautiful. And Robin and Giselle on their podcast, Giselle said, "Do I have to be a lesbian to be treated like this? Is that what I gotta be?"
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think she's playing. She needs to stop playing with them people too. Because that shaman, wherever they was on the Ultimate Girls Trip, show told her she was gonna have a problem with lesbians. I remember that.
Yeah. And who was that? Marlo. Did you see the Marlo interview on Cam Newton with Cam Newton?
I saw that.
And she said
What happened? Oh, she must have dropped. So when she popped back in, I'll tell you. But anyway, it was the interview. They asked Marlo, what did she think about each? She was just kind of randomly calling out housewives, and one of the ones that she called out was Porsha. And when she got to Porsha, Callie, you can pick up from here. What did she say about Porsha? This time about Marlo. Because she thought everybody was like really cool. She said Candy was cool. She said a whole bunch of people that he named out was really cool, sweet girl.
Yeah, she just does not like Porsha. And when she says Porsha is trash.
Yeah.
So she doesn't like Porsha. And the other one was
well, tell her why. He said
I don't remember why.
Oh, she said why? Because when Porsha, they had decided to hire Porsha.
She tried to keep her from getting on.
Porsha said she would come back, but she didn't want Marlo on the cast.
Yeah, I ain't mad at her.
I ain't either. I'm not either, and it's only because Marlo don't have boundaries, and Marlo is gutter. She has a gutter mouth.
And speaking, us saying she doesn't have boundaries, that's the same thing she said about Kenya. Kenya just goes too far. There's just no boundaries.
Yeah, Kenya, it does go too far. And here, and let me keep going. But Marlo goes further. Because the reason that I really don't mess with, just to show you how fair I am, the reason I really don't mess with Marlo is because of what she actually said to Kenya. I think that is the cruelest thing that anybody could have ever said to her about that if your own mother don't want you, ain't nobody gonna want you. That is the cruelest thing she could have ever said to Kenya. That's the reason why I don't like her.
Yeah,
because of what she said to that was cruel.
It really was. It just rolled out of her mouth so easy. She didn't care.
Did. I couldn't mess. I'm telling you. So yeah, I wasn't mad at her. I can never forget that. Like she would never be okay with me mentally. Because that wasn't mean. That wasn't a read. That's I gotta go to therapy.
Yeah. And she said it she didn't care. That's why your mama don't want you. Okay.
Yeah. If your mama don't want you, ain't nobody. That's why don't nobody want you. That's why your mama don't want you. It's just cruel. It was unnecessary.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was unnecessary. Nobody should ever. And I don't even like Kenya. And I would defend that to the death.
Yeah. All right. So did we talk about everything on the show?
What you think about Drew and her little movie and getting killed in the first 15 minutes?
Well,
and her looking up all of the people who also died in the first 15 minutes.
I don't know. I didn't really pay much attention. It was an alien sci-fi, right? When I saw the alien, I just turned on YouTube. I didn't want to see it. I didn't even hit this. But I do like Drew. She's my favorite.
Drew is your favorite?
Yeah, now the king's gone.
Girl, I don't even have a favorite. I guess
me neither.
I like Drew. I like Drew. Yeah.
I like Angela though. I like the two girls that I actually like. Although I ain't rocking with her, she real weird on me. Porsha and Angela. I like Phaedra too.
I love Phaedra. Actually, more so than Drew. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely more than Drew. Yeah.
And then when she was with her baby, can you believe
Mr. President? Oh it was like, oh my God, Mr. President is grown.
That's not the president.
That is Mr. President, ain't it?
I thought he was too. He's not the president.
I thought he was the prince. And
that's Mr. President that was driving.
I don't remember. Now you got me. I don't
that was Aiden, Mr. President. That was Mr. President. That was Aiden.
Okay. Yeah.
He is so cute. I just
but what y'all think about Phaedra saying that he is Apollo's designated driver.
I mean, did she all but call him an alcoholic? I was like,
it ain't no all, but thought she called him an alcoholic. She said he been driving since he was 12. That is so funny to me. I was like, and then they said that he drive you. He was like, oh no, I ain't no drunk. I'm a Christian lady.
No.
Talking about putting somebody's whatever somewhere in 15 minutes.
She said, I don't do that. I ain't no drunk. I don't do that.
Yeah. She is the most.
Did he drink a lot? You didn't never see that side, right?
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think we ever saw him drunk. If he is, he a covert one.
Is Peter out of jail? Because I know they used to be stripper and buddy. Maybe they drunk at the. Is he out of jail?
I don't think so. I think he got a couple of years.
But it's just weekends.
Oh, he get off on the weekends?
He wasn't there 7 days a week.
He was where?
He wasn't there 7 days a week. He did get some kind of break, yes.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was doing his podcast and everything.
Who?
Peter.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway. With his cute self.
What you think about the end?
What happened?
And Kelly had a
grand opening.
Her grand opening, and Porsha sent her flowers, and she told Porsha, I don't want them flowers. They ain't gonna help me pay no bills.
I just think that was rude of her.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Again, another example of her doing too much.
Yeah. You didn't think that was too much doing?
I'm gonna give her a break. I want her to have the same energy for real to Porsha's face. Now that they know it's a problem, I want to see her give that same energy, because Mighty Mouse over there, I think, is one of them girls.
Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, she's gonna need backup from Shamia, or she's not gonna have the guts to Porsha, because Porsha will. What do you call that thing that it is at you go to like Chuck E. Cheese and you take the handle and you gotta hit the little gopher in the head. Yeah. That game before Porsha do that to her.
Oh my goodness.
Because Porsha fights you if you say the wrong thing to her.
She will. I don't know. Porsha's just, Kelly messed up the minute she said what she said on the couch the first time we met her. Why did you steal that woman's husband? Valid question. They ain't been right since.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was saying, it always felt like Kelly has been coming for Porsha. And
coming for the wrong person, I think.
Yeah. And if this is what you think you gotta do, and I think that's why Porsha is trying to be calm about it, because Porsha has to know. I don't think she that dumb.
To know what?
That Porsha has to know that this girl has been trying to come for her.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she knows.
So I think that's why Porsha's being so patient with her.
Oh.
Because these girls, there is a thin line between I'm trying to give you a good show and you to piss me off. Yeah. Because I know that they've always struggled with that. Especially after, everybody here is seasoned at this point. Nobody's new. You know what I mean? So people trying to figure out what their position is going to be. And I think they do, because they trying to give decent TV without crossing lines. But sometimes things get out of hand.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because that's when it gets too real.
Yeah. That's what I kind of think happened with Dorita and Erica and Kyle and them too. I kind of think they all sat down and was like, "Look, y'all, we got to get them some TV now." You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Garcia gone, like we got
Yeah.
to do something. But I don't think they expected Dorita to go this hard.
And yeah, because they have to, and that's okay because they're not, like I said, they ain't telling each other what each other should say. I don't think, but I do think they should be positioning themselves pretty early now. Pinky is the only one that's the virgin here, so she gets a pass, but I think her do too much is really her. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She doesn't feel performative to me. Because
we're talking about Pinky right now.
Huh?
Pinky doesn't feel performative to
No,
you?
and she's dramatic, especially not like Quad.
Oh,
And no, I don't think she doesn't feel that performative. I think that a lot of this really is her personality.
I do too. She comes up.
Yeah.
Well, she apologized to Kel because what did she do? Ignored Kelly at an event or something like that? I see her having them. What was that? Do you remember that part?
They dated both of
Okay, I
them.
have to hop off, you guys.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, we're
Bye.
almost done there.
Both of them have dated R. Kelly.
Who?
Both of them. Pinky
and Kelly has dated R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Ew. Was that during the golden shower days or what?
I don't know. I heard he always had like. She explained it too.
Maybe that's why they are not getting along because that used to be Porsha's thing.
No, I don't think that's it. Who was that? Wait a minute. Was that Porsha? No, it wasn't Porsha. It was K. Michelle.
That what?
Yeah, it wasn't. No, it was Porsha. It was Porsha and K. Michelle, not Pinky and K. Michelle. I'm sorry.
Okay.
K. Michelle said in an interview that it was more her than it was probably him. So in other words, she really liked him. She was really honest about that. He wasn't really that into her.
R. Kelly, I mean, who has...
He had a lot of girls around, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he did, but I just wonder how... There's probably so much more in the spotlight like he is or was than we think. Like, because I was shocked to hear Porsha was even kind of connected with him. I don't know why I was, but I was. So now we know Kel was. And who else is in the spotlight that we don't know about? And when are these stories going to start coming out?
But I'm like, R. Kelly messed with a lot of girls. They said he used to go to the not elementary, but like high school.
Yeah, that's kind of sick. He did.
Like that's like crazy. So I'm like, these girls could have been like 20 and he a big time celebrity. They ain't really thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did he get life in jail?
Nah, I think he got like 25, 30 years though. He been really sick.
Well, that's what they say. Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, they say he been hospitalized a couple of times. They've been messing up his medicines.
They have? On purpose? Probably.
I don't know. But he said that they been messing up his medicine.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. I was reading something the other day about African Bambaataa. I don't know if you remember him.
What's the name?
African Bambaataa.
No, who's that?
He was a rapper in the 80s.
Oh, okay. Did he recently die?
Yeah, he just
I saw that. Okay.
Yeah, and they said he was like allegedly he was gay.
Oh.
But he messed with boys and girls.
It sounds like a lot of people do that, Diddy.
Yeah.
Just keep it on the low, I guess.
Yeah.
Diddy might be getting out.
Well, I mean, look, he's an a-hole. He was found not guilty of all of them crazy charges. The only charge, he's on 2 counts of the Mann Act. And I know, if y'all know, the Mann Act is literally taking somebody over the state line for sexual purposes. That's all it is.
That's all they got.
he has to be the only man in prison, in jail for the Mann Act, and didn't have sex with the prostitute. Because he never had sex with the dudes. None of the dudes,
They said he watched
them. He watched. He basically was, Diddy was a freak. He liked watching live porn. That's what it was. One of the guys said that Diddy was in a room once with a mask on, a hoodie pulled, naked from the waist down. Just he was like really weird. Like I don't know if he was messing with dudes. If they did, nobody has come out.
People have come out.
Well, there are people. Yeah, it is. I don't know. That wasn't a part of the case, so I don't know. I'm just going.
Academics. I think he spoke on the case.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was sad to hear that story. Oh gosh.
That's the guy. That's not the guy who he said he woke up one day and was feeling sore.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so he went back again.
So I don't know if he went back.
He did,
but he had to.
He said it happened more than once. He said it happened more than once.
That's sad. You know, when the case was going on with Diddy, I had a TikTok account up and I was tracking everything that was going on, and they took my TikTok down because, let's see, there was some girl that was connected with Diddy. Was it Diddy? And she was in a picture doing a serious fellatio or something like that. Mm-hmm. And everybody was sending it around. I mean, it was going around. I had it too. And then they flagged me for that. And then when you send over your complaint or you appeal it, mm-hmm. I guess they didn't like my appeal. So they took my whole account down for that. I've never been able to get it back. Screwballs. Anyway, not important. All right, Jerry, what else? Did we miss anything?
No, just what you think about Mama Thornton trying to come in between Drew and Shamia?
I just don't think that mom should get involved.
I agree.
Especially knowing that she maybe, because I don't know, Shamia's mom might about to be in the spotlight over her taking that daycare. So I don't know. If I knew that there was that kind of stuff, I might want to just stay quiet, just to not make my name come up more. I don't know, but she didn't need to be there. She has a real dark, deep voice. Well, she's all right though.
Yeah.
Nothing special about
it. You said ain't nothing special about it.
At all. I just can't. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Oh, and it ends with K. Michelle, which was wow. Yeah, the thing with her behind, but yeah.
She was really crying.
Yeah.
And that's sad. I mean, so many people, even the ones that have died, can you imagine their families thinking she just died because she went to get a bigger booty? Or, Kanye West, when he lost his mom, she died because she went to have a facelift or something like that.
Yeah, she was down there in Mexico getting,
I
think a BBL or something. Yeah,
so some of the things that we do to make us look better is deadly. I don't know. Yeah. And then Tiny, because her and her daughter went somewhere out the country to get their eyes color changed. Did you know that?
I heard that she had her eyes done. But
now, I might do a lot of things, but
is that really a thing?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I'm
not letting nobody cut on my eye.
I want to get that what's the name surgery, but I don't know if I had the guts to have somebody in my eye like that. It don't. I don't know about that. I just don't know about that. I want to do it. I've been wearing glasses since I was 9 years old. Or contacts, and I really wear monthly, so I love these contacts. But
I'm not letting nobody touch my eyes like that.
I don't know if I could have surgery in my eye
because it might
like the idea of being put to sleep.
Yeah, you have to sign a paperwork saying if we accidentally cut you, that's on you, not us. You have to sign away your rights when it comes to your vision being changed.
Yeah, that scares me. That scares me. It's certain places. Like I said, I don't even want to be put under. I'm serious. Especially since I ain't been wanting to be put under since that one little girl. Remember that it was some little girl. I think she went to go get her tonsils taken out, like some kind of very normal, procedure, and she fell asleep and never woke up, and her family kept her alive for like a year or so. You remember that?
Yeah. I do remember.
I ain't been wanting to, since that happened. I have not wanted to go to sleep for but for nothing, because I've been asleep before, but it was like to get a tooth pulled, when I was young. Because I didn't even, you don't even get put to sleep when you have babies now. So
I did. Wait a minute. What if I did was I just numb down there? Because I got a C-section, but I didn't feel it, so I guess I was woke and just didn't.
Yeah, you just numb. I had a C-section the second time. My big old baby was transverse. She wouldn't turn, and she wouldn't turn. She was so big, and I had to have a C-section. I would rather have a vaginal birth, because that's the recovery from a C-section was crazy.
And it wasn't a long conversation from my doctor and I when it came to that. He decided for me, because whenever he would go to give me a inspection, I couldn't take that pain of him all up inside of me. He said, "We're just going to give you a C-section." He said, "Because the way I was moving with a slightest amount of pain, he said, you will not be able to handle the birth." So he gave me.
We were giving you an elective C-section?
Yes, he did. I guess he knew.
I never heard of that.
Yes, he did. He said, "You're not."
I was worried about my C-section because I had a vaginal birth the first time, and for whatever reason, the epidural didn't work on me. I don't know why. They shot me up at least 3 times. It did not work. I felt every push, every tear, Girl, I pushed so hard when I had my first baby. I busted all the eye vessels out in my, because I had been I felt like I was holding this in too long. I need to put this. I'm holding this in too long. It's like having the worst boo-boo, and you can't get to the toilet. It's like the worst pain.
Oh my God.
On like 50, and they was telling me I couldn't push, and I felt like they was messing with me. So I just want to push. Let me push. But anyway, when I had my second baby, I was scared that it wasn't gonna work. I was terrified about that. I was like, let me know when you cut. He was like, girl, I'm already in here. I've been pulling this baby out. Stop talking to me.
Yeah.
I was just talking, asking a million questions. He said, this baby is almost out of you. I ain't feel nothing.
I mean, that was the weirdest time in my life ever. Because I think you know that I didn't know I was pregnant until I was 6 months in.
Yeah, you told me.
And 3 months later, I have this beautiful baby. It was the weirdest thing in the world. It was a crazy time. But I'm glad my doctor knew me enough to know you can't be putting. Listen, Jordan's dad could barely go up in there as big as he was. I had to have a little shot first. A drink. Too much info.
Okay.
Okay, take the pain. Okay,
are you watching Real Housewives of RHOA Island?
Okay, so I meant to ask y'all that last night too. I watched a few minutes of it. It seems like the real world.
Oh, okay.
Because they seem so young.
Oh, okay.
It just seemed really, really young. I was like, no. But is it good? Have you been watching?
I have not, but it just popped up on my screen because I had, I always had an episode on. And when the episode went off, that's what came up. I don't know. I have saw a TikTok of, I guess, their local station interviewing people who saw it to see what they thought about it. And local people were saying they thought it was a good representation so far of Rhode Island.
Okay, well that's good. It
I don't
wasn't
know
one interesting person, so I'll probably have to watch it some more. But
yeah. They said, but I have, from what I've heard, like in a couple of groups, I don't comment or anything, but I come across something that stops me, I'll read it. Anyway, they're saying it was a strong opener. They were like, this is just my opinion, and which may or may not be worth the hill of beans. Older millennials and Gen X are going to make your best reality TV. Young millennials and Gen Z are going to make terrible reality stars. Wow. Because they have been watching reality TV their whole lives.
Yep, that's true.
And they are in it to play a game. The older millennials and the Gen X, we just want to make some money and have fun. Like, it's a little bit different. I mean, and it ain't even about money. It kind of sort of is, but we kind of really want to be famous. That's the caveat. If you're in your late 40s and your 50s, you going on a reality show, like you want to be famous. You probably always wanted to be famous. Let's be real. These people want to be, but these Gen Zers, they want to make money. And if you, and that's what irritates me really about Stacey from Potomac.
What?
Stacey came on here with, I need to make some money. I'm finna stack this paper. I'm finna play a character. She's not giving us real. And she is Gen X too. But she's thinking like a young millennial. Because it's really the young millennials to me that don't really make good TV. You almost have to put like one of them amongst older ladies, like they did with like Ashley on Potomac. Ashley was like 29 years old when she came on Potomac. And you have these older women to kind of grow her up. They're irritating to me. Like the shows that millennials run, they're irritating. And I am a reality show fanatic. They're irritating. Like they have an agenda and I can see it. That's why I don't like it. Right? Reality TV, I ain't supposed to really know what's going on.
And now you can find out everything.
Yeah, you can find out everything. And these millennials, it's just different. And it's not the older millennials, because the older millennials really do act like Gen Z. It's the younger ones that's closer to these Gen Zers. I mean, I'm Gen X. Gen Zers, them weirdos. Weirdos.
Oh, something else I just thought about before we hang up. That message you sent about Dennis and Kelly having words.
Yes.
Now, what was that about?
So it looks like
he gonna take up for Porsha, okay?
Yeah, well, right. It probably, but something. It looks like Dennis started it. Kelly was having either it was a sign for the opening of some sort of her restaurant, and Dennis said, which restaurant is this? The one that closed down 2 weeks after you filmed it. Somebody said he messy.
And he is messy. I bet Porsha told him to say it too.
Right. Wait a minute. And then Kelly said, I see why your ex is dating women now. I was like, damn.
I was like, what the heck I miss?
Dang. Like she literally said it.
They're crazy. But then I thought it was funny that Dennis and Porsha is off the chain to me.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. I think we're done.
Yeah. Yeah, we are. But yeah, I can't wait till next week. I'm this is my little comfort show. I'm gonna watch this to the dirty end. I don't care how bad he get.
Well, is it going to get? I mean, I just because the first two have been lukewarm. So hopefully it gets better. And I do want to see
I don't
Porsha
think so.
get with
I
Kelly.
said it was gonna have to be a really bad season for them to bring Nene back. And I think
Kenya, you think Nene would come back?
Nene, absolutely. If you paying attention, Nene want to be back on reality TV. Nene, when they did the reunion of the Ultimate Girls Trip and they went to Atlanta, Nene in every picture or video I saw was in tears. Nene misses this. Nene was one of those people that came on the show because she wanted to be famous.
Yeah, I loved it when she first came
on. Those are the people that make good TV. Yeah. These people who want to make money, they can't. Think about like Porsha. This is proof that Porsha just wanted to be famous. Porsha said she didn't monetize anything until she was on the show for 3 years.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like Porsha probably wasn't even making they first season. I don't know if y'all know they only make they might make $50,000 or $60,000 their first season. They didn't make a whole lot of money. And when Porsha first came on, I don't know if y'all know this history, but when Porsha and them came on, Nene and them was on strike. That's the reason why in season 5, we see all of that extra footage of just Kenya and Porsha going to her. They were just filming together. They kind of like tried out. And because Nene and them was on strike, because they had filming had started, Nene went on strike to get more money. And they end up giving them their money, and then they all came together. That's the reason why they got all of that footage between Kenya and.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
No, that happened. Yeah, they had to band together to get more money. But by the time Nene left, she was making like $1 million a season
or more. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
What do you think Drew makes? Because how she ain't got Drew? Because how does she not have money to move?
I don't know. I don't think Drew is at best is her 3rd season. So Drew
this is her 4th. She's been here a little minute now, feels like.
She might be making $400,000 or $500,000 a year. I don't see it being too much more because I don't think Giselle and them this is that they just filmed their 10th season. I think Giselle and them, I don't think any of them getting $1 million yet. They close.
You don't think that? You don't think Giselle and Ashley?
I think they're around 8-ish, 800, 900. Yeah, I don't think none of them are at $1 million. I don't think nobody's at $1 million probably, but like Kyle from Beverly Hills. And there might be some OGs from other, because I don't know what's the name. I think they're on season 16 now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they're on she been there for 16 seasons. She really might be the longest holding housewife. Yeah. She literally might be the longest holding housewife. And that she's worked consecutive seasons. She hasn't had a season off. So yeah, I can see that.
Well, I hope Drew can get on the right side of this stuff. I hate to see her going through that.
And this is her consistent income. So I don't know why she ain't got no money. Because you heard she appealed to the court and said that she don't have no money and that she would be homeless. Girl, ain't no way somebody told you by the end of the month and you making $500,000 a year that you couldn't go rent yourself a condo in Atlanta. We're talking about Atlanta. When everything is for rent.
Yeah, but look, I could talk about that all night. They should have. I don't know how a judge can hear what she is saying and still be okay putting her out. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't care that she's on a show and she might be making a couple of $100,000 a year or whatever. I don't know. But if she's coming to you saying, look, Ralph makes 3 times more than I make and you're kicking me out the house and I have a kid that he's not the father of, so that kid is coming with her.
She was gonna get the house.
I don't know what she thought.
He even bought it behind her back.
Yeah, I don't know what she thought, but she's in it, And if it is true that he's making 3 times more than her, then why are they putting her out?
Because he probably can afford the house and she can't. That's probably why.
It's a temporary change, so they're working on something. And since it's not done, and you know now that she's not making any money, why are you kicking her out? It doesn't make any sense to me. But I digress.
She gotta have some money.
She
can't blame it on him
traveling.
She closed all the. She can't blame it on Ralph because Drew did him dirty. I guess it ain't dirty. I guess that's the spoils of divorce. But
Ralph did him dirty.
Wait,
no.
She got in trouble for this. This is in the courts. Drew, I guess this is typical for any woman. So they had a deal that Ralph got a percentage of all the money she earned. And they had set up these accounts, these trusts, these LLCs, on how they dealt with money. And Drew, when she filed for a divorce, the first thing she did was close all them accounts and diverted all her money to a new account. So,
and in doing that, that's when she found out that he is trying to take claim of her business.
Oh, I'm not arguing. I'm not arguing the why. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, no.
She got in trouble with the courts for closing them LLCs because legally you can't do that without the two or whoever the owners are. That's why if you watch Married to Medicine, Toya didn't want to put everybody's name on their paperwork because in her mind, these new people may or may not be here. And she knows that the core group gonna be here. I felt Toya. Toya didn't say that, but I know that's what she was thinking. Because you can't like if they fall out, like for real with one of these girls, that they couldn't even close it without that other person. And the core group gonna have, no matter what happened, they got each other's back.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
All right, child. I'm finna get off this phone.
Same here. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Peace out. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.
We didn't talk about 80 different shows. It's hilarious.
Okay.